Okay, Vicoding University, training humans to train themselves. Okay, we want to get you the feeling that you wake up and you have this train yourself machine going on, and you do. Okay, now what we want to do is create it so that you will have more intentional control, and it's maybe a little more sophisticated, works a little better for you, and produces a lot better results. Okay, I already shared to you a little bit about where when I learned to snow ski, right? I was prepared, so that preparation wasn't one of the things. I wasn't like a teacher and figured out how to prepare myself. I was already prepared. I had the strength, the coordination, the willingness to fall, etc., etc. So I learned to snow ski, and my friends just took me up the hill, took me up the bunny slope up to the top of the hill, and said, "Go for it." And I fell down the hill the first time, 90% of the time, skied a little. Then the next time more and more. So what happens is, as you're going down there, you're falling, and I didn't pay attention to the falling because it wasn't a big deal. I was paying attention. Oh, there it is. That's a little bit more skiing. That's a little more. And I was paying attention to what it was like. Now, I want you to get to sense that that's sort of the basic machine. Okay, my wife got into teaching sort of through the back door, shall we say? A lot of people go to college and get their degrees and things like that. And my wife, just like when I didn't know her at the time, she just liked kids, and she they asked her to teach kindergarten at a parochial school. So they were sort of need, so she did. She was pretty good at it, so then they asked her to teach first grade, and then second grade, then third. The whole point is, she loved helping kids, and she was sitting there, and she was like me in the street. Well, oh, this is how I can help them, and she was figuring out more and more ways that she could help these students learn or be taught or be educated and grow. And I can't tell you how many of her students came back and later thanked her, that they turned them around where they really were shy, or they didn't feel good about themselves, or they did stuff that it was just amazing. So, and that's how we do it. Now I want to take it in a sort of maybe a negative direction. So let's say somebody says, "Oh, you're stupid." So now, this is that sticks and stones may, break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And we want to be real careful here, because somebody says, "Oh, you're stupid," and then you do something. So, oh yeah, there I am. I'm being stupid, and there I am, and again, and oh, not again. And pretty soon you're like me skiing, or my wife learning to teach. You're training yourself to be stupid. And it's like, oh my goodness, or you're a chicken, or you're whatever these characteristics are you don't like. But now what we want to start doing is saying, so we can take them in the other direction, right? Remember when I wanted to ski, I'm going to become a skier. So oh, there it is, there it is, there it is. So you want to label or say, this is who I am, and oh, there I am, and you may be falling 90% of the time. And my wife, I'm sure, when she was first teaching, was, failing maybe 90% of the time, and her not being successful. She tried, didn't work. I didn't work that in, or finally she did. Got things, and she was always. I guess periodically we'd compare her to some college educated, teacher, and it's like she was so much better, and maybe I should compare it to when I first learned to play tennis. They show you, well, hold the racket like this, hold the racket like that, and there are so many things to do. It's like you did this, and then you went and did it, you missed the ball. As opposed to you just went and go for it, right? It's sort of like, Nike sense, just go for it is good if you're prepared. Okay, now remember, that's what I really want to remember. Go for it's good for it, but if you're prepared. And one of the things is a lot of times education becomes so technical, and you do it this way, and we start thinking that's training, because teachers, consciously do, well, I do this and I do this, and this is supposed to happen. They don't know how to check to see if it does. Well, my wife, she was checking. Is this helping my student? Are they learning? you know. And I was checking as I was coming down the hill. Am I learning this? Am I staying up longer? Is this feeling better? Is for, you know, it isn't like there's no feel for it. There isn't a connection, a complete connection that we're accomplishing something, as opposed to just doing what we're supposed to do, memorizing. Oh, you did this, and you're supposed to get that. No, we didn't expect that. We expected to have to figure out what was going to work, and when it worked, we'd go, oh, there it is, and you'd feel it, you'd know it. Okay, now that's part of the training that you want to develop for yourself, because it isn't that teaching's bad. It's like when you go to, you know, a lot of the seminars, they're overwhelmed with level one or you know, these things, level one education. This is how it works. Fact, 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 fact. But you've got to take that and see how it's going to work in your field, go through it, and get it in there, and see what actually, then get a way to check and get feedback. I mean, we've got to look at that mirror, because I mean, mirrors are so great. You've got to be going, you know, what can I make of this? How can I make this work better? Whoa, what can I do here? See, my wife was looking in these students' eyes and so to speak, mirror, you know, and saying, is this working? Or I was looking as I was coming, is this working? You know, and it's like, you know, we're looking, you got that feedback is so important. And it's like, you know, nobody wants to look in the mirror. They say, well, did I do what I was supposed to do and it should work? No, see, there's, when you're training yourself, you got to train yourself to do something, not just to be a robot and da 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 da. Anyway, you know, today I want you to get the sense that we have this ability to develop this, and now what we want to do is say, okay, we got this now. You know, because like I said, I showed you where we could make it in a bad direction or a good direction, and then what we want to do is make it a little more sophisticated. Okay, so you know, we already talked about, you know, as a teacher steps back and says, well, is this person prepared? Okay, and just like if you think about language, you know, language is it's very powerful. Okay, but language, what do I want to say here with it? Is, well, language is very important, and you want to start, you know, creating. Language holds the whole picture, and getting that whole picture is where you want to go. See, as skiing, as my wife is a teacher, it holds the picture, and we want to take those into situational things of ourselves, and hold that language as we do it. Okay. Anyway, I'm hoping you got the idea that we want you to start to get a feel that, and feel you always have this going on, and you know, inside you, and so now we're, okay, how can I develop this, and I make it work better for me, and we're going to be talking about how you can. So up to this point, hopefully you're starting to see that little thing, and see that sometimes you train yourself poorly and sometimes you train yourself well. Now what we want to do is get you more in control of it, and actually become like a great coach and take you to the next level, where you do the preparation, you set yourself up so that you can actually accomplish things more often and more quickly, and things of that nature. So Vicoding University, training humans to train themselves.